Welcome, everyone. We're so glad to have you, and thank you so much for taking an hour out of your day to join us and learn about Facebook's upcoming changes and new features for business pages. So I know you're probably coming to this webinar today with a little bit of anxiety and frustration. But I want to reassure you that the changes that are coming are actually going to allow you to leverage Facebook in a smarter way. It's going to allow you to be a smarter business owner. And these changes are going to be good for your business because you're going to be able to develop a strategy that allows you to laser target people on Facebook and get them into your business. Before we dive into today's content, though, I'd like to quickly introduce myself for those of you that don't know me. My name is Samantha English, and I am the founder of the Retail Marketing Academy, and I'm pictured here with my husband, Chad. It was his birthday yesterday, so I thought we'd put him up on the screen. So I love giving free webinars like this one because as a retailer, you face a lot of obstacles that other business owners don't have to deal with. You know, you wear a lot of hats. You are customer service, human resources. You're probably the cleaning person sometimes. You're the handyman. You do the books. You do inventory. You wear a lot of hats. So that's definitely a challenge for you. And I know in talking to my retail clients that one of the biggest challenges that they face, one of the biggest sources of anxiety for them is cash flow. You know, you've got to invest a lot in inventory, invest a lot in payroll and that sort of thing. And so cash flow is always something that's at the top of your mind. And I know that because you wear a lot of hats and because you're having to so closely monitor your cash flow, you don't have a lot of time to monitor trends and what's going on with marketing and what you need to be doing differently to get customers into your store. And add to that you also don't have a testing budget. You know, a lot of businesses, mine included, we have a whole budget just set aside for testing so that we can learn about new trends and what's going on in marketing and test them out and see how they impact our business. And as a retailer, as a small business owner, you don't have that luxury because you have to be accountable for every penny that you spend, and you have to be making sure that you're really targeting your dollars to the areas of marketing and advertising that are going to return customers to your store. So entrepreneurs like you really inspire me. You know, you're active in your communities and you've built your businesses on relationship marketing, and I love relationship marketing. My marketing career actually started 10 years ago in the corporate world, and about 5 years ago I decided to leave the corporate world and open my own marketing business. It was a risky move to give up my, cushy salary and stable job, but I knew it's what I had to do. I didn't want to be working, 60 plus hours a week to build someone else's vision. I wanted to help people. I wanted to make a difference in the world, and I couldn't do that where I was in corporate America. So I founded my own marketing company on this principle, and I just want to quickly share it with you. So my mission is to ensure my clients gain more from working with me than they have to give up in order to do business with me. Now, I started working out when I started my marketing firm. I got right back in that habit of working with large corporate clients because that's what I was comfortable with. That's what I was used to. But it just didn't feel right. And when you get that feeling that you're just not in the right place, you're just not where you're supposed to be. So last year I took another big leap and I really narrowed my focus to only working with retailers and small business owners. And I love working with you because you haven't forgotten where you came from. You're active in your communities and you know that your customers are why you're still in business, and you're the people that I love to help. And you believe in my mission as well. Whether or not you have it up on your wall like I do, you want to ensure that people that work with you, that your customers gain more from working with you and coming into your stores, coming to your business than they have to give up in order to do business with you. And that's why you focus on customer service and making sure that every single person that walks through your door gets unbelievable service every time they come into contact with you. And this, working with retailers, it just feels right. Our missions are aligned, and I get to bring to the table 10 years of marketing experience plus all my retail experience. I actually, before I started my marketing career, before I graduated from college, I was a manager for 2 retail stores, a women's clothing boutique and gift store, and an embroidery shop. So, I get to meld the two areas of my work life that I love the most. I get to meld the two and teach people like you, teach small business owners like you how to spend less time and money on marketing. And that's really why you're here today, right? You want to know how to really start leveraging Facebook. You're probably a little anxious about, Facebook's changes because Facebook plays a big role in your marketing efforts. And now you're hearing that it's changing the rules and it might be even more difficult for you to reach your audience. But I'm going to tell you that that's not true. if you're having trouble reaching your audience on Facebook, it's because you're not implementing a really strategic marketing campaign. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a few minutes. Now, I just want to reassure you, these changes aren't going to be detrimental to your business. You get to be a smart business owner now. You really get to start leveraging Facebook. You've spent a lot of time already trying to learn Facebook, and now it's really time for you to start leveraging and making Facebook work for you. After all, businesses like yours are the lifeblood of Facebook. And you probably depend a lot on Facebook as a cost-effective way to promote your products and services. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. And the good news is, while this upcoming change is going to impact your business, now you get the opportunity to be a smarter business owner. Odds are your competitors aren't even aware of the upcoming change, and they sure haven't invested time in attending a training session like this one to prepare for what's coming. So I know your time is valuable, so I want to go ahead and dive right in and tell you what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk about 3 things today. We're going to talk about this rule change that's going into effect as of January 2015. We're going to talk about what it means for your business. And then we're going to talk about whether it's time to abandon ship or if it's time to weather the storm and, dang it, just start making Facebook work for your business. Again, I get so frustrated because I know you've spent time and money to acquire likes on Facebook. You've taught yourself how to use the platform to, engage with people and to sell your products on Facebook. And now it's time for you to really have a good strategy in place for how to leverage it so that no matter what changes Facebook enacts, today or tomorrow or a month or a year from now, you're able to continue to usher in new customers from the platform. And Facebook is where your customers are, and I'm going to give you some evidence of that in just a second. So let's go ahead and dive into today's content. I'm going to introduce you to a few of my clients that are doing just what I'm talking about. They're making Facebook work for them so that they're constantly, they're increasing their customer base, they're increasing their sales by leveraging Facebook in a really smart way. So let's go ahead and dive into what this change is going to look like. So Facebook is constantly working to improve user experience, and the company actually recently surveyed its users, and here's what they found, and this is a direct quote from Facebook. As a part of an ongoing survey, we asked hundreds of thousands of people how they feel about the content in their news feeds. People told us they wanted to see more stories from friends and pages they care about and less promotional content. So a typical Facebook user like you and I, we can see about 1,500 posts in our newsfeed every single day. We couldn't possibly, take all that in. Facebook knows that. So Facebook narrows that down to around 300 stories it thinks we'll be most interested in. And as a result of Facebook's recent survey, they found that users don't want to see as much promotional posts in their newsfeed. So now Facebook is going to allow less of your promotional content to be displayed in the newsfeed. So this only applies to organic posts. So what you're posting on your timeline for free. So if you go to your business page and you're posting your new arrivals or, photos that you've taken or a new home that you're trying to sell, that sort of thing, and you're not placing an advertisement, but you're just posting it on your business page, that's an organic post. So what Facebook is saying, it's not going to shut your account down if you're posting promotional content, but what it's going to do, it's just not going to let your promotional posts be distributed into users' news feeds. So what is Facebook going to consider a promotional post? Well, there are 3 criteria. The first one is posts that are created for the sole purpose of pushing people to buy a product or service. So that's what we all do, right? That's kind of what the purpose of our page was in the beginning, to get people to buy our products or to come shop with us online or in our stores, to work with us if we're a coach or a realtor. So if you're posting something that is evident that you're just pushing them to do business with you, Facebook's going to say, okay, that's promotional in nature. We're not distributing that into the newsfeed. The second criteria, and this is going to get almost everyone probably on the call today, posts that push people to enter promotions, giveaways, and contests. Be honest if you do this. Most of my retail clients do. No shame here. So if you do this, just in the chat box, in the question box, just give me a shout out and say, yeah, I do it. Almost all of my retail clients do this. You want to expand your reach on Facebook, so you're definitely you're posting those types of contests. Comment like, yeah, everybody's saying, I do it, I do it, I do it. You post those contests, like, comment, or share to enter to win a $100 gift card, or this hot new item that we just got into our store. So and the goal of it, right, is to get more people to like your page so that you can expand your reach. But the truth is, even though this is a new criteria that's going to be considered promotional in nature and not get distributed into the news feed, I mean, let's be honest, since, for the past several months, even if you're posting on your timeline, a very small fraction of people are actually seeing what you're posting. Am I right? So the reason is that prior to, in 2013, about October of 2013, you were able to reach about 20% of the people that have liked your page. You were able to reach them just by posting on your timeline. Facebook was distributing your post into people's timeline, so 20% of the people that have liked your page could see what you were posting. In April 2014, Facebook changed its algorithm, and since then, only 1.6 to 2% of the people that have liked your page are seeing what you're posting. And since April, when that change went into effect, our reach has begun to dwindle, right? I mean, I get everyone, and let me know if this is what you're seeing as well. You post something on Facebook, you may have 12,000 people that like your page, and it's only being distributed to 40 people. Are you guys seeing this? Is this something that your reach, when you look down on your post and you look at your reach, you're getting, hardly any reach, and it's very frustrating, and I know that. Misty's saying, yeah, I see it all the time. It's frustrating. So, yeah, Natalie said, yeah, I was like, what happened? So prior to April, all of my retail clients were like, Facebook was great prior to April 2014, right? You would post something and you would have, 50 comments of people that wanted to buy it. Hey, I want a size large. Here's my PayPal email address, invoice me, or, hey, I want a large, put it back for me. I'll stop by after work, right? So, that's when it was good for you. And Facebook has not been good for you lately, especially after April. Things kind of started to dwindle. And somebody just said, I saw the comment come through, yeah, it started to dwindle, and then in the past few weeks it's just been like nothing. That's what this change is. Facebook's allowing less of your promotional content to be going into the news feed. So I know that it's frustrating for you, but I'm going to show you how to get around that in a way that complies with Facebook's rules and actually does a better job even in the heyday of when things were good on Facebook. I'm going to show you what you need to be doing to sell your products and get people into your store to increase the number of new customers shopping with you and increase your sales. So that second criteria, again, you can't be posting on your timeline, like, share, or comment to enter to win a giveaway or contest. Facebook's going to determine that as promotional in nature, and that's not going to show up in the newsfeed. The third criteria, and not a lot of my retailers are doing this, so this isn't one to focus too much on, but if you are creating ads, if you're uploading ads to Facebook's Ad Manager, you can't copy and paste the content from your ad onto your timeline and expect that to get distribution into the newsfeed. Facebook's not going to allow that. They're going to know that that's a promotional type post, and you're not going to be able to get any organic reach for that. So those are the three criteria. So the next question I always get is, okay, well, how is Facebook going to know? I mean, they don't have little, Facebook elves that are reading everything I post, so how are they going to know? Well, Facebook releases very little information about how it polices posts, but what they are saying is that they're going to flag certain words in posts, words that are call to action words, shop now, click here, buy, things like buy, things with links, those types of calls to action. It's going to flag those types of words. So if it sees those words in a post, you're not going to get the organic distribution. If it sees things that say like, share, or comment to enter to win, automatically not going to get distribution into the newsfeed. Now, Facebook, again, I just want to reiterate, Facebook's not going to close down your account. I mean, probably you're a genuine, business owner, and you're not going to intentionally break Facebook's promotional post rule. So if every once in a while something slips because you slip back into your habit of, posting, oh, we got this great new arrival, stop by the store to check it out, Facebook's not going to close down your page or, kick you off of Facebook or anything like that. Again, those promotional posts just aren't going to get distribution into the news feed. So just some things to watch out for. But if Facebook sees that you are consistently every day, multiple times a day, posting promotional content, this is what they said. Businesses that continue to post overly promotional content on their timelines should expect their organic distribution to fall significantly over time and eventually reach zero. So if Facebook knows that you're constantly posting this overly promotional content, it's going to flag your account as a whole and just not let anything that you're posting go into people's news feed. So it is important to try your very hardest not to continue to post promotional content and really just focus on shifting your mindset. In the beginning, Facebook was a place to sell, sell, sell. You've got to shift your mindset that now Facebook is a place for you to build relationships so that you can quickly get people into your store. Again, you used to be able to sell directly on Facebook. Now you're building relationships with people. You're attracting the right people to you, and you're going to build a relationship quickly with them, and then you're going to get them shopping with you in just a few days. Facebook can really be the most cost-effective and fastest marketing channel for you if you're using it correctly. So I'm going to show you how to use it correctly and what some of my clients are doing here in just a second. So should we abandon ship now, or is it time to just weather the storm and just say, you know what, I've spent a lot of time on Facebook, I've spent a lot of money acquiring these likes on Facebook, and it's time that Facebook starts working for me again. This past year has been kind of the dark ages for Facebook. Somebody said a second ago, all I hear is crickets. I post and all I hear is crickets. So now it's time to really start leveraging Facebook, and you can't abandon Facebook, and here's why. Gannett, the research firm, actually did a survey, and it released the survey results in October 2014. And as a small business owner, this survey contains so much important information for you as a small business owner. There's no other study that I've ever read that could be more important and more useful for you as a small business owner. So this is what the survey found, and this is in your action guide. There are some blanks for these statistics. 70% of new retail customers hear about your small business first on Facebook. So 70% of the people that come into your store for the first time are hearing about you on Facebook. 60% of consumers say they visit your Facebook page before they decide whether or not to visit your location or your store online. And the number one reason consumers are visiting your Facebook page is to check out your reviews, ratings, and product information. So they want to check you out, make sure you're legit, make sure you have products that they're interested in, that sort of thing. 80% of consumers say they're more inclined to purchase from your small business if they see positive reviews and ratings, which we already knew that. 62% of consumers say Facebook is the most important and useful social media channel that they're using to research products and services before they visit your small local business. So consumers want to hear about you. They're looking for you on Facebook. That's where they're used to hearing about you. So we can't just change things up and move to Instagram or Pinterest or Twitter or whatever, because people are used to hearing about you on Facebook. That's where they want to hear about you, and that's where they're going to check you out. So you can't abandon Facebook. Even though it's frustrating that things keep changing, it's time to realize you can't ignore Facebook. You can't get frustrated and throw up your hands as easy as that would be to do. Complying with Facebook's new rule doesn't have to be tricky. You just got to watch how you're wording your posts. You've got to watch those call to action words. So instead of saying something like, check out these fantastic new arrivals, call the store, or click here to order, you should say things like, check out these fantastic new arrivals, now available, and we're excited to share them with you. Again, you're not expecting something of the Facebook user. Click here, stop by. You're not, putting the action on them. You're saying, we want to share this with you. And again, this is how you're shifting your mindset, and you're building a relationship rather than just selling on Facebook. And honestly, Facebook users are probably going to respond better to this type of relationship building than how we were doing it before. So this change isn't all bad. Now, Facebook's not only dedicated to its users, and sometimes it feels that way. It feels like businesses get kind of shoved to the side, and Facebook doesn't really care about us as business pages. But Facebook wants, you are the lifeblood of Facebook. Facebook wants you to be able to use the platform, again, to build relationships and engage with people. So as a result of that, Facebook's releasing new features. And there are two new features that most of you probably already have. The first one is a call to action button on your cover photo. Who has the call to action button? If you could just chat over to me if you've already got it. So Dollar Shave Club was actually the first company that Facebook let test this out. So Jamie says she's got it, Allison's got it. What you'll see if you don't know if you have it, when you log into your desktop, you know, and you're looking at your when you're looking at your cover photo, you'll see a button right here that says create call to action, and you'll click that, and then you can choose from 5 different options. So a few people are saying, yeah, I just got it this week. So you can choose from 5 different options. You can choose, and for retailers, the most obvious would probably be shop now, contact us, or sign up if you want to build up your email list. If you do a service type, you know, if you're a salon, an acupuncturist, a life coach, that sort of thing, you can do book now, and people can book appointments with you. Or the other cool one that I really hope people, especially small business owners, take advantage of, again, talking about just building relationships on Facebook, is the watch video button. So if you have a good video, or if you don't have one, you can create one on your iPhone. You can create a video that just introduces you as the store owner, introduces your staff, and maybe showcases a few of your wonderful products. And that allows people to get your vibe. You know, they're coming to Facebook, they're clicking on your business page to check you out. If you have a fantastic video, again, that just introduces your store and builds that relationship, that's going to be hugely beneficial to you, and that's going to motivate that customer to come into your location or come and shop on in your store. So Anne's saying, can you show it again? I didn't see it. So it's right here on the cover photo. It's this call to action button. And a few people are saying, can I choose more than one? You can only use one at a time. So say you want people to, you wanted to use shop now and sign up. You can only use one at a time. There's only enough space for one, but you can change it out at any time. So say you want to direct people to your website for a little while, or you want to get people to watch your video, you can change it out as often as you'd like. A few people are saying, I don't see it yet. They're rolling it out slowly to business pages in the United States. Then it's going to go to Canada, and then it's going to go worldwide. So if you don't have it yet, you're going to be getting it. So again, Dollar Shave Club, the way Facebook works, it lets bigger pages test things out, works out all the bugs, and then starts slow releasing it to all the other business pages. So if you don't see it now, Marianne and a few people are saying they don't see it yet, then it's coming. So the next feature, again, talking about building relationships and making things more relevant for the people that are following you on Facebook. Organic post targeting is a new feature. A few people on my webinars have said that they have this, but not a lot. So what this allows you to do, organic post targeting. So as a Facebook user, you know, I have these pages, and when I scroll through Facebook, you know, I'll see posts pop up from businesses that I've liked, and they never say anything that's relevant to me, and I think to myself, I should just unlike them, but then I never go and unlike them, but I just always, when I see their name pop up in my feed, I just scroll past them quickly. You don't want people doing that for your business. I mean, you want it, every chance, every precious impression you get in that news feed, you want to make the most of it. And organic post targeting allows you to do that. So what you can do, I know we have a lot of women's clothing boutiques on the call today. Say you have different pods of customers, and every business owner does, right? If you're a realtor, you have buyers and sellers. If you own a women's clothing boutique, you have people that only buy your plus-size clothing or only buy your young women's apparel, that sort of thing. So when you can identify those pods of customers, that's how you can start using this organic post targeting to your advantage. So say you just got a new shipment of young women's apparel. You can post those photos, and then you can tell Facebook, okay, I only want this to show to the people that have liked my page who also like Forever 21. If you get a new shipment of plus-size apparel, you can say, okay, Facebook, I only want this to show to people who are also interested in Lane Bryant, things like that. So you're making your messaging more relevant so that when you pop up in the newsfeed, people are going to give you a second look because they know what you're posting is always relevant to them. So this is a really great way for you to begin building relationships on Facebook. So another really cool feature I hope you'll take advantage of. Not a lot of people have this right now. I've had a few people on my webinar say that they have it, but not a lot. So does anybody here today have it? I don't. Bethany says she does. Most people are saying no. So Erica says she's got it. So this is something to look for. Again, it's going to be released in the United States, and then it's going to be released to Canada, and then it'll go worldwide. So And what you are going to be able to do, again, is just target people based on their interests. So the next new feature, this is probably the one that I'm most excited about for business pages, the post end date. So I never, on the weekends, I'm with my kids, I'm with my husband, I don't pay a lot of attention to Facebook, and it never fails. Every Monday I start looking at Facebook, and something pops up in my newsfeed from one of my favorite local businesses that had a big sale over the weekend, and I missed it. So what the post end date feature does is it allows you as a business to say, okay, Facebook, I want to post this now, but I want, I'm having a weekend sale, but I close at 4 o'clock on Saturday, so don't display this in the newsfeed after 4 p.m. So it eliminates frustration for Facebook users, and it's good for your business, because if Facebook knows it only has a small window to publish your post, it's going to prioritize you in the newsfeed. It's going to go ahead and get your post out there. So it's good for the user, and it's fantastic for you as a business page. So I'm excited about that one. If you can't tell, I'm very excited about the post end date feature. The video interface, a lot of people have this one. Facebook, video is becoming increasingly important in marketing. It just is. And again, video allows you to build that relationship with people before you actually meet them face to face for the first time. So Facebook has kind of revitalized its video tab with a new interface, and you're going to be able to post a featured video right here. So again, this would be a great place if you have a good video of you introducing yourself and your staff, and this would be a great place to feature that video. Again, so when people come and they click on your page, then they see what you're all about, and then they can feel like they're getting to know you through your Facebook page, so it motivates them to come into your store. So you get to select your video. Now, Facebook originally said that with the playlist, these were just going to be arranged chronologically, but I had a client say that when this new video interface was released to her, she got a pop-up when she logged in that said, hey, organize your videos. So the only way that that videos are going to show up in your video tab is if you've uploaded them to Facebook. So if you're just linking videos from YouTube, those are not going to be pulled in to your interface. And Joan is saying, yes, you can organize them. So you're going to be able to choose the order for your playlist, and you're also going to be able to select which one is your featured video. So a very cool option, again, to build that relationship. Now, Facebook's all about building relationships so you can, entice people to come into your store. So another really cool feature that I hope you will start taking advantage of. If you don't already have it, most people already have it, but if you don't, as soon as you get it, definitely start taking advantage. So it's obvious that now we're shifting our mindset. We can't promote our products and services or websites or businesses on our business timelines because of these new changes that Facebook's enacted. But we can still leverage Facebook. Now, I work with literally, hundreds of retailers all over the world, United States, New Zealand, Australia, Great Britain, and what I see time and time again, when I start working with a client for the first time, I log into their, to their ad manager, and what I see is they're spending a lot of money on like campaigns. They're spending a lot of money to acquire likes, and they're spending most of the time at least $5 a day boosting posts. And the reality is there's a much better way for you to be spending that $5 a day to get people into your store. I mean, if you're just getting impressions, if you're just getting people laying their eyes on what you're posting, that's not a really cost-effective way for you to be spending your time on your marketing. What you want to do, you want to be getting people to see your post or your ads and getting them motivated to come into your store. So you have to have a targeted back-end strategy in place, and it doesn't have to be difficult, it doesn't cost any money, and it doesn't have to be time-consuming. You've just got to be smart about how you're running your marketing through Facebook. And it's important that you have the right sales flow in place, and you're already doing this in your store. So think about how much time you spend on your windows. You want to make them gorgeous so it entices people to come into your store. And then you spend a lot of time on the layout of your store or your website, how people navigate through your store. And for whatever reason, there are probably parts of your store where things sell better than other places. So, you're controlling the sales flow, the process of how people move through your store. And you spend a lot of time training yourself and your sales staff on how to greet people and nurture people and be kind and friendly, and how to, up that average transaction value, get those add-on purchases. You're constantly training your staff for that type of thing. So you've already got a good sales flow in place in your store. Now, you would never just have a gorgeous window and let someone walk into your store and not greet them, not tell them about your promotions, and not tell them a little bit about you if they're coming into your store for the first time. That would be rude, and that would automatically kill your sales funnel within your store, right? If you're just placing ads out on Facebook or just boosting posts on Facebook, that's kind of what you're doing. You're not nurturing these folks through the sales process to motivate them to come into your store or into your business. So you're serving up a great post or a great ad, but then if you don't have this targeted back-end strategy in place, you're not nurturing them into your store. You're just enticing them and then allowing them to get distracted or get pulled in by your competitors because you're not facilitating that follow-up. So you've got to market your business by finding consumers where they want to hear about you, which is on Facebook. And I'm going to show you in just a second some techniques that my clients are using that fall into relationship marketing that are allowing them to build relationships with consumers on Facebook and get people into their businesses, get them to acquire new clients if they're a service provider, get new consumers into their brick and mortar locations. Get more real estate clients and that sort of thing because they're quickly able to build relationships on Facebook, and then they're nurturing people through that sales process. Relationship marketing is your bread and butter as a small business owner. You value your customers and you're dedicated to your customers in your community. So it's vital and it's key that you use relationship marketing when you are advertising or promoting your business on Facebook. Now, the Facebook strategy I'm about to show you automates your marketing 100%. So the average retailer spends 20 hours a week on marketing. The beauty of this strategy with your targeted back-end strategy and your nurturing process is that it automates everything for you. And the great thing is that every single new customer that comes into contact with you gets that follow-up. It's not like you paid money to reach out to somebody and then you just kind of leave them hanging. You're nurturing them into your store so they don't get distracted by your competitors or the big box stores. They don't get, just distracted by life and forget that they saw your ad and, whatever, because your challenge is you've got to get people motivated where they are to get up, if they're at home or in their office or in their car, to get up and come to your store. You're not selling something they have to have, so you've got to be motivating them and nurturing them to come into your store and buy from you instead of buying from someone else or not buying at all. So I'm going to show you this strategy. A few people are like, okay, well, how do I start leveraging Facebook? Tell me how. Tell me how. Well, this is how. It's a 5-step strategy. So the thing about Facebook that I think most people get frustrated with is that, you spend all this time to acquire likes. You've got people liking your page, and now you can't reach out to them. So I want you to be able to reach your prospective customers no matter what changes Facebook or Google or any other power that be, no matter what changes in the world. If you're paying to get your message out in front of people, you ought to be able to get back in touch with them. And the way to do that, the way to make sure that you're able to consistently get your message back in front of them is through this 5-step strategy. Now, step 1, and this is all going to make sense in a few minutes, but step 1 is to offer something of value to people. We want to motivate people to give up their email address to us. So again, no matter what changes come into play, we're always able to follow back up with them. So we've got to identify something we can offer of value to our target customer base. Step 2, we've got to find our audience. We know our audience is used to hearing about us on Facebook. They want to hear about us on Facebook. So we've got to go out and laser target those people with the means and the motivation to buy from us. Step 3, we've got to create high-impact ads. And this is where a lot of people that have tried Facebook advertising in the past, this is part of the reason it hasn't been successful. They're not targeting the right people, and they're not creating ads that really garner a lot of attention. Step 4, we got to get that email address. So again, if Facebook changes its algorithm again, or if Google changes its algorithm, or whatever happens, we have to be able to get back in front of those people. We've paid to get your message out in front of them. We've got an email address now so that we can follow back up and nurture them through that sales process and get them into your store for the first time. And then after we've got them in the habit of being a paying customer, we want to be able to get your promotions out in front of them, right? When you're having a sale or when, your cash flow is tight and you're wanting to get some cash flow and you've got a clearance or a sidewalk sale, that sort of thing. So, we've got to gather that email address so that we can do step 5. And step 5 is really key to this whole strategy, and that is the follow-up. We've got to nurture. There's a sequential order to nurturing people into your store, into your business, to make them feel comfortable with you before they're ready to shop with you for the first time, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. So let's go ahead and dive into step 1, offer something of value. So I read a statistic not very long ago that we get 142 emails in our inbox every single day. We are getting bombarded with crap, with junk mail every single day. So we as consumers are very hesitant to give up our email addresses, right? So you've got to identify your customers' pain points. Nobody knows your customers like you do. So you've got to identify a pain point so that you can come up with an offer that will motivate them to give up their email address to you. So let me give you an example. We've got a lot of clothing boutiques on the call today. I had a client that owned a clothing boutique, and she said she catered to mostly women in their 40s and 50s, and she said, I'm always trying to, get that extra, accessory or add-on purchase, that sort of thing. And she said, what my customers always tell me? I'm always trying to get them to buy a scarf or something like that. And she said, they always tell me, well, I don't know how to tie a scarf. I'd feel silly even trying, so, no, I'm just going to buy the outfit today. Ding, ding, ding. That is a pain point for her customers. So she created a 90-second video, didn't cost her a dime. She had one of her staff members record it, and she showed people all these different ways to tie a scarf. It sounds silly and simple, but it was really popular because that was a true pain point for her customer base. Now, that probably is not a pain point for your customer base, but you can identify something that bothers your customer base or something you can do to relieve a pain point for them and create a video around that, and that's going to motivate them to give up their email address. If you're not comfortable with a video, you can do a giveaway. Now, earlier I said, no more giveaways in the news feed. You can do giveaways through creating an ad on Facebook. So this is where you do, this is where you would say, enter your email address to enter into our giveaway. You've spent a lot of money on your giveaways, right, promoting those types of things. I want to make sure that you are getting something valuable in return. Those likes aren't very valuable anymore because we're not able to get our message in front of those folks anymore. But if you have an email address, no matter what changes come our way, you're always going to be able to follow back up with those people. So if you're doing a giveaway, I want to make sure you're getting that email address in return. So you can do a giveaway as an ad. You can say, enter your email address to win our $100 gift card or whatever it is. You can do a discount, and this is the most popular giveaway freebie offer that my retail clients do is the discount. So you would say, enter your email address and to receive a 20% off coupon voucher via email. So just a little tidbit of information. I've worked with a lot of retailers that have done discount ads on Facebook to acquire email addresses. You have to offer at least 20% or it's not going to motivate people to give up their email address. So if you were only wanting to do 10%, 15% off, you've got to hit that 20% mark to get people motivated to give up their email address. Now, I have a lot of people that say, my margins don't allow me to give up 20%. Completely understand. You can do 20% off of one item, and it motivates people more than, 10% off an entire purchase. So if you can hit that sweet spot of 20 or 25%, you're going to be able to capture more email addresses. So again, if you don't want to do a video, you don't want to do a giveaway, discounts are really the highest performing ad type to get to get people to give up their email address. Shannon's asking about buy one get one. Those are also very popular. The top two are 20 and 25%, and buy one get one is also good. Another really successful one, the most successful one I've ever seen is $10 off or $5 off, no strings attached, because you know what your average transaction value is. If you don't really have anything in your store that someone could come and just get something for $5, they're going to go ahead and do the $40 transaction, but they feel like they're getting free money. I know it doesn't make sense because if you get a discount, you're getting the same percentage off, but if you can do a $5 or $10 no strings attached, those convert like crazy. So those are definitely discount offers that you can, that you can do. So those would be the top three. So after you've identified your audience, or after you've identified your offer, the next thing is to laser target your audience. Now, I know you spend a lot, or have in the past spent a lot of money on radio, print ads, television, shoppers, high school, whatever it is, you've spent a lot of money on your advertising. And what you're doing is sprinkling your message out in your community. So if you cater only to women, your message is going out to men and children and young adults and those types of things. You're just peppering your message out and hoping it lands on the right ears. With Facebook, you get to laser target people that are representative of your customer base. You get to laser target and go out and find your ideal customer. You're not, sprinkling your message out among, people that don't have the means or the motivation to buy from you. You're only getting your message out in front of people that are interested in what you offer and have the money to shop with you. So finding your audience on Facebook is really the most cost-effective way for you to spend your marketing and advertising dollars. So I love behavioral targeting. It's really one of the most powerful ways for you as a business owner to laser target people who are most likely to become your paying customers. Now, Facebook profiles all user behavior, and the way that it does this is by working with data mining companies that collect information on us as Facebook users based on our past online purchases, the applications we've completed, and the surveys that we've completed online. Now, as a person, as a consumer, it feels kind of big brother, right? So it's like, okay, Facebook's profiling me based on what I've purchased in the past. But as a business page, as a business owner, I mean, this is huge. This is perfect for us because we get to target people that want to buy what we have, and we know that because they've bought it in the past, and then we know that they can afford to shop with us because, again, they've purchased some similar products in the past. So you log into your account manager and you scroll down to the audiences section, and you'll see the interest targeting, which if you've ever done ads before, you've probably targeted based on interest. And now there's a section called behaviors, and you'll see the behaviors field, and if you click in it, you'll get this drop down of all these different behaviors that you can target. So one of my favorites is the buyer profiles. So you have a buyer profile, I have a buyer profile, you know, all of us have buyer profiles. So things that the profiles you as a business owner can choose from to target specific behaviors that are representative of your ideal customer would be, you could target people who are DIYers, fashionistas, foodies, gadget enthusiasts, gamers, green living, healthy and fit, luxury brands and services, shoppers, skiers, golfers, boaters, sportsmen, spa enthusiasts, or trendy homemakers. So you can really laser target people that have a history of buying what you sell. You can also target, like if you own a clothing boutique, and I know a lot of you do, if you go to the clothing section, you can target people based on what types of clothing they buy typically. So if you own a children's clothing boutique, you can target people that buy children's apparel separately from people that buy infant and toddler apparel. If you sell women's clothing, and I know a lot of you do, you can target women that typically buy accessories, business apparel, fine jewelry, luxury brand apparel, plus sizes, women's shoes, or young women's apparel. And there are a lot more. I'm just quickly trying to go through the top ones that I see my clients targeting most often. So laser targeting your audience based on past behaviors is really beneficial and powerful for you, again, because you have the opportunity to get your message in front of people that have a history of buying what you sell and we know can afford it. They've got the means and motivation to buy from you. So Facebook, again, accesses this data from data mining partners. So every time Facebook runs a query like this for the behavioral targeting, it costs Facebook a little money to partner with those data mining partners. So so Facebook passes that on to you. So behavioral targeting is a tiny bit more expensive than if you can create a custom audience. And so custom audiences are really the most cost-effective way for you to advertise on Facebook. So what you do to create a custom audience, you probably have an email list, right? So you upload your email list, and Facebook, it's in Facebook's terms of service and their privacy policy. They don't use these email addresses that you're uploading for any of their own purposes. They only use them to create your custom audience. So you upload your custom audience to Facebook, and you know we can already communicate with those people because we've got their email addresses. So we don't need to form a campaign around putting a message out in front of those people. We can do that anytime. What we do, we upload the list, we create a custom audience, and then we tell Facebook, okay, Facebook, this is my customer base. Go out and find them on Facebook. So it matches up those email addresses with Facebook user profiles. So Facebook's able to match up about 70% of your email addresses with your customers' profiles on Facebook. So after it does all of that, what you want to do is you want to say, okay, Facebook, go out and find other people that look like my customer base. Go out and find other consumers that have the same interests and behaviors and demographics and, you know, all of that type of thing. Go out and find other people that look like my customer base. So Facebook creates a lookalike audience. So I had a client that owned a children's clothing boutique in Iowa. He had a list of 1,200 customers on his, in his database. So we uploaded that to Facebook. Facebook was able to match up 970 something people, email addresses to user profiles. So we created a lookalike audience, and Facebook was able to go out and find 1.2 million consumers that looked like my client's existing customer base. So what did that do? It greatly expanded his opportunity to reach out to people on Facebook. So, he didn't want to reach out. He had a brick and mortar store. He didn't want to reach all 1.2 million people in the United States. He only wanted to reach the people within 25 miles of his store, because that's how far people are willing to drive to come shop with him. So he said, okay, target the lookalike audience, but only target people in the lookalike audience within a 25-mile radius of my store. And the campaign was hugely successful and cost-effective for him, again, because Facebook doesn't have to work with third parties or anything like that to get this information. So custom audiences are really a cost-effective tool that you need to be taking advantage of to get your message out in front of your ideal customer. So I love, love, love the custom audiences feature. Julie just asked, and I always get this question, and I always forget in the beginning to mention this. So she said, how do you know so much about Facebook? So when I started my business 5 years ago, I started teaching myself how to use Facebook. And it was a lot of trial and error. It was a lot of testing. I spent a lot of money and a lot of time trying to teach myself how to use it, because there's not that much information out there about Facebook advertising. So after I came up with a method that worked, and it worked for my clients, this always happens. So I spent 4 years working it out and figuring it out on my own. And then last year, Facebook actually contacted me and it said, hey, it looks like you do a lot of advertising with us and you work with other people that do advertising with us. So would you be interested in a 30-day intensive? So I had the opportunity to work one-on-one with Facebook's developers, engineers, marketing, and sales team to learn the ins and outs of the platform and really get a handle on how the algorithm works, how the ad manager works, and why, so that I can tell you guys how to save money on, the lookalike audiences being less expensive than targeting based on behavior, and a few of the other things that I'm going to share with you in just a second. So that's definitely what you need to, that's where my background comes from. That's how I know these things to tell you what to do. I use Facebook 100% in my business. You heard about me on Facebook, or you heard about me through word of mouth, and those are the only two sources of my traffic. I don't do, do PPC. I don't do any of those other things. I've built my business on Facebook, so I know it works. That's why I can confidently tell you how to leverage Facebook and how to start making Facebook work for your business, because I do it in mine and I do it for my clients. So after you've laser targeted your audience and you're sure that you're only targeting people with the means and motivation to buy from you, you've got to create these high impact ads. So Facebook has, obviously access to all the different types of ads for, that all the publishers are posting. So they know which types of ads garner the highest click-through rate. So that's the number of people that are clicking your ads. So there are 3 criteria that Facebook said determines, 3 things that you should focus on when you're creating your ad image. And the acronym for this is EMC. So the first one is emotion. So Facebook says ads that feature women that are happy, sad, excited, that just have really expressive emotions on their face convert better than any other type of ad image. So that's definitely, you want to feature a woman that has an expressive look on her face. Number 2 is motion. So take a look at what I've got up on the screen here. When you look at the woman in this photo, that's the first thing that you look at, right? And then what are your eyes automatically drawn to? The very next thing that you look at is what she's looking at, right? So that's the motion component. We want to get people scanning our, our ads. So they look at the girl and then they look over to, in this area right here needs to be your call to action. So click here to save 20%. Click here to enter giveaway. Whatever your call to action is, whatever we're wanting them to do, to click to get, that's what the eyes need to be looking at. So you want to get people scanning your ad so that they take a little bit of extra time looking at your ad, and that's what's going to determine whether or not they click. So we've got the emotion, we've got their eyes scanning the ad. The next thing is the color. We need the color of your ad to pop out against the Facebook's background. Facebook's background, what color is it? Blue and white, right? So we need colors that really pop out against that background. And the top 3 colors that get the highest click-through rates, red, green, and orange. So incorporate those colors, again, just to pop out. So when people are scrolling through the news feed, your ad stands out. That's really where we need to be. So emotion, motion, and color are the 3 things you need to be focused on with your ad image. And your ad image, all we're really trying to do is get people to give us a second look. And if we can grab their attention, then our ad copy is what's going to determine whether or not they click on our ad. So you've got to grab their attention, and then you've got to write compelling ad copy to get people motivated and enticed to click. So after you create your high impact ad, now it's time to gather that email address. And a lot of people have already been chatting, how do I gather the email address? So after the person clicks on your ad, they're going to come to a landing page that you've created, an email collector form. And it's not hard to create this email collector form. This is an email collector form I created for one of my clients, Dr. Michaela Sarno. And there are two things you need to pay attention to when you're creating your email collector form. Number one, your messaging needs to be congruent. So whatever your headline is in your ad, that needs to be your headline on your email collector form. So for Dr. Michaela, her headline in her ad was, "Are you ready for a change?" So when the person clicked the ad, they came to this landing page, they know they're in the right spot. They don't think they clicked on a link and were redirected to some spammy, scammy thing. They know they're in the right place. They know they're where they wanted to be. So make sure your messaging's congruent. Number two, you only need to ask for 2 pieces of information. The more information you ask for, the less likely someone's going to be to complete your form. So you only need email address. I like to get the first name so I can customize my emails and get to know my customer base a little bit better. So at most, ask for 2 pieces of information, first name and email address. That's all you need to know. So after you've created this email collector form and the messaging's congruent, it's really easy for people to fill out because most people are going to be filling it out on their mobile devices, so you want to make it as easy as possible for them to fill it out on mobile. So after you create your email collector form, the next step is the most important part of this whole process. It's the follow-up. And the reason the follow-up is so important is because consumers, buyers want to feel comfortable before they commit to purchasing with you. Now, I was a psychology and marketing major in college, and so I love like the psychology of buying behaviors, consumer behaviors of sales and marketing, that sort of thing. So 85% of consumers are not going to purchase from you on the first visit because there's a psychological barrier there. I want to give you an example of this. So I joined a gym not too long ago. And the first day I went to the gym, I worked out on the elliptical machine because that's where I was comfortable. And then, after I got comfortable with my surroundings, I knew who was there, I knew the layout, nobody was looking at me like I was crazy. Then I went to the weight machines because that was the next thing that I was comfortable with. And after a few days of doing that, I went to the free weights, and after that, I went to, a class. I was comfortable enough that I would go into a class. I had to work through that psychological barrier before I was willing to commit to interaction in a class with other people, before I was willing to commit to spending more time somewhere. So it's the same thing with your store. People have to be comfortable with you before they're ready to buy. How many people do you see come into your store for the first time and you say, "Oh, can I help you?" And they say, "No, I'm just looking," like they don't even really want to interact with you one-on-one. They just want to get comfortable with their surroundings before they're ready to start a conversation with you, before they're ready to ask questions or, commit to a purchase, try something on or commit to a purchase. So the follow-up series, what that does is that's where you're nurturing. That's where the real nurturing sales flow comes into play. You're nurturing those folks through that process so that they feel comfortable with you. So again, there's a really great sequence of introducing yourself, letting them know a little bit about your store and what you're all about, getting a taste of your vibe so they know, okay, if I go there, I'm going to fit in. I'm not going to not fit in. I'm welcome. They want me there. They're friendly. So I can walk in confident. And, you've had emails or conversations with people before on the phone, and you feel like you know them before you ever meet them for the first time. That's what this nurturing campaign allows you to do. So, and whether it's, coming into your brick and mortar store or coming to your e-commerce store, it's the same thing. People want to feel, especially with online, they want to feel secure. And people want to buy from people. They don't want to buy from big brands. So especially women that are shopping for like unique things or, that sort of thing, they want to know that they're shopping with a person and not just with this big brand. That's why people shop with small businesses, right? They want to get things that not everybody else has. So this nurturing campaign allows them to feel that way. Okay, I'm working with a small business owner. They've got this really cool stuff. They don't sell stuff to a million people. I'm not just a number to them. I'm an individual customer, and that's what this nurturing campaign lets you do. So I want to give you an overview of what this looks like to your customer. So they're going to see your ad on Facebook. They're going to click on it, and they're going to go to your email collector form. They're going to give you their first name and last name. They're going to submit that to you. Then they're automatically, instantly going to get whatever they opted in for, whether it's a link to the video or if it is the 20% off discount, or if it's just something saying, hey, you've entered our giveaway, thank you. We'll be notifying you within however many days. They instantly get that. And then this is where you kick off this sequential nurturing campaign through an autoresponder. Now, you can do this whether you use MailChimp, Constant Contact. Snap Retail does not offer this right now. I've talked to them, and they say it's something that's in the works. So just not something they offer right now, and they don't have a date of when they plan to release it. But there are some free and cheap options for you to create this autoresponder. MailChimp costs $9 a month. I mean, it's really, really cost-effective way for you to spend your marketing dollars. So this is what it looks like overall, and this is what the campaign overall looks like from the customer side of things. So I hope at this point, you're feeling better, maybe a little bit excited about, now you get to be a smart business owner and you get to start making Facebook work for your business. No more being at Facebook's beck and call. You're taking the bull by the horns, and you are controlling how you get in touch with your customers, when you're able to get in touch with your customers, and that sort of thing. Now you are leveraging Facebook instead of just being reactive to Facebook's changes. But I know right now as a business owner, you wear a lot of hats. You don't have time to stay on top of all this marketing stuff, and these techniques may seem a little advanced to you. And I know after the holidays, you probably don't have the bandwidth to even try to figure out what your next steps would need to be to implement, all of these steps. And you operate a small business. You don't want to sink a lot of cash into testing out ads and trying to figure this out on your own. Because when you're trying to teach yourself something, you always lose a little bit of time, spend extra time and lose some money on it. And more than that, you just need to focus on the areas of your business you like. Most business owners don't love marketing, and I get that. You don't want marketing guru to be a hat that you always have to wear. And I know it's frustrating to try and learn something new, and you don't have time or the effort or the energy to really learn something new. But the reality is our market's changing. It's becoming harder and more competitive to operate a small business. And, retail stores and small businesses and communities across the country are closing, not because they don't offer great products and unbelievable service, but they're closing because they're focused on the wrong thing. Instead of focusing on getting customers through their door and increasing their customer base and increasing their sales, they're focused on their inventory and their employees, because that's a little bit easier. That's the part of their business that they enjoy. But the good news is that, this strategy is the solution to all of that. I know right now you feel like you are stretched too thin. The average retailer spends 20 hours a week on marketing. You don't have that time to spend on marketing, and you probably don't want to. And right now I know you don't want to spend any more money on marketing because you probably tried 1,000 other marketing and advertising things in the past, and you're just peppering your message out there, and you're not able to really laser target people that have the means and motivation to buy from you. But with this strategy, I mean, you're late. When people click, exactly who you're targeting, when they click your ad, when they open your email, and when they're shopping in your store. You're in control every step of the way. And I know after market and after the holidays, cash is tight, and you don't want to sink a lot of money into an ad campaign. Right now, you're probably spending $5 a day boosting posts. With this, you don't even have to spend $5 a day. You could spend $100 over an entire month and get a huge return on your investment. And I want to show you what Facebook did for one of my clients. This was actually... So what does this mean for you? It means increase in your customer base. It means more time, more customers, an increase of customers walking through your door, more money, no guesswork. This strategy doesn't, you're not guessing, am I getting my message? Did I make the right choice? Did I choose the right medium? You're getting your message in front of the right people at the right time. It's a one and done profit strategy. So this is what Facebook did for one of my retailers. She was actually a consignment store, and this is just, I need to update the slide, but this is just a 2-day period to show you you're spending $5 a day on Facebook now to boost posts. What if you spent $5 a day to do this? So we spent $5 over 2 days. See right here, total spend over a 2-day period was $9.53. She got 69 email addresses added to her email list over a 2-day period, spending less than $10. So let's break that down. Say she spent $100, she actually was able to spend more, but say you spent $100 and you were able to get email addresses for 14 cents a piece. That's over a month, 714 brand new prospective customers added to your email list. Now let's say she did a discount, so say you did a discount, 25% of those say they redeemed the discount, which is pretty conservative. That's 178 new transactions from brand new customers because she excluded targeting people that already liked her page. She was just targeting brand new customers. So that's 178 brand new customers, and her average transaction value was actually $38, but I just used 50 because I'm not a math whiz, and so I wanted to make it easy on myself. So $8,900 from a $100 ad spend. If an advertising rep from a radio station or print or TV or whatever came to you and said, this is what, I can do for you. If you spend $100 with me, you're going to get $9,000 in return. That's an incredible ROI, and you would do that all day, every day, right? You would do that all the time. And the reason that this is powerful is because you're laser targeting the right people, you're getting your ads in front of the right people, and you're nurturing them. You're not just, letting them hear your ad on the radio and then they get distracted by something shiny and they're off, shopping with your competitors. You're nurturing them. If you're, a service type provider, you're keeping your name in the top of their mind so that when they're ready to purchase, when they're ready to sell their home, when they're ready to plan their wedding, you're at the top of their mind. You're who they go to because you've been nurturing them until they're ready to buy or ready to sell, whatever it is. So, this Facebook strategy is hugely cost effective and it delivers really great profits to you because you don't have to spend a lot to make really good money with a targeted strategy. So let's take a look at a few of my clients that are implementing and really leveraging Facebook and making Facebook work for them. So this is Trista from Wit and Whimsy. It's a gift store, and she started with this strategy in October 2014. She was able to increase her sales by 37%. This is Eric. He owns a women's fitness apparel company. He was able to spend $500. $500 may not be what you can spend, but he could spend $500. His sales were $23,000 from a $500 ad spend. Heather owns a women's boutique, an online women's boutique. I know we have a lot of e-commerce folks on the call today. So over a 1 month period, year over year, we were able to increase her sales, her revenue. You see the revenue column right here from Google Analytics, 75.5%. So, this works for e-commerce. This works for online as well. Dr. Michaela Sarno is a life coach, and she's actually pictured here with Chalene Johnson. And just a little tidbit of trivia, Chalene holds the Guinness Book of World Records record for the most number of consumer fitness DVDs ever produced. So Chalene is famous in her own right, but Dr. Michaela is her life coach. Dr. Michaela wanted to really increase her sales, and she wanted to be able to, increase her customer base and get more people coming to her and buying. She has products that she also sells online. From starting in April when we started implementing this to October of 2014, October last year, she tripled her income. So this most definitely works for service type providers as well. So I want to help you spend less time and money on marketing. I'm tired of seeing retailers and small business owners, spending money on things that don't return, that don't give you a good return, or things that you're not sure are giving you a good return. So I've put together a training system that walks you through literally every step of putting together this 5-step strategy. I've told you what to do, but I can't possibly in an hour tell you how to do it. So in this 4-week training that kicks off on Monday, February 2nd, in this training, I walk you through click by click every step of setting up this 5-step strategy. You follow me on screen, again, click by click as I build out the ads, as I build out the audience. So what can you expect from the course that starts again February 2nd? In week 1, and it's every Monday in February for 1 hour, we meet at the same time as this webinar on Mondays at noon Central. We meet for 1 hour. And each week we cover a different aspect of this strategy. So in week 1, we talk about branding and offer creation. So I tell you how to generate ideas for your branding and your messaging. Your branding has to really be on point for all of this campaign to work. Now, you have a strong sense of your brand in your store. We've just got to translate that to your marketing presence. We talk about how to figure out what your ideal customer wants to hear from you and how you need to convey your message. So in week 1, we really just lay the groundwork for your branding and your messaging and getting into the head of your ideal customer so that we can create ads and emails that really speak to them and get them interested and enticed into coming to your store or your business. In week 2, we build out your ads and your audience. So this is where a lot of people lose money on Facebook. They're targeting the wrong people and they're not creating ads the right way. So I show you how to create high high impact ad images that magnetize the right customers to your ad campaign. I show you how to create flawless ad copy that answers 4 key questions that that Facebook users want to know before they're ready to click on your ad. And I show you how to laser target your ideal audience so that you're not wasting a penny on someone that's not going to become a paying customer. And you can't say that for radio or print or any other type of advertising. In week 3, we build out that email collector form, which is what everybody's asking about. So I show you how to create it on screen click by click, and I show you the #1 mistake that most retailers and small business owners make when they're creating their email collector form. I show you my 2 best converting email collector pages so you know what yours needs to look like. And I show you the tool that I use, and I'm not a techie, I'm not a real tech-savvy developer, engineer, programmer, any of that jazz. So I show you the tool I use to create these landing pages in 5 minutes or less. So, I mean, it's very fast and very easy to do it. If I can do it, I know you're a lot more creative than I am. So if I can do it, I know you can do it. In week 4, we talk about the follow-up, and this is really where your entire campaign hinges on a good follow-up. This is, again, the part of your sales strategy. You're already doing this in your store. We just got to translate that to your marketing through this 5-part email series that breaks through that psychological barrier that's preventing consumers from becoming your paying customers. I actually give you swipe files of my highest converting email sequences, and you can copy and paste them and just plug in, your products and give them your voice and your vibe. And we talk about, somebody said just a second ago, well, my emails never get opened, or people say they don't see my emails. We're going to talk about subject line and email copy pitfalls. What's making your emails go to people's spam filters, how you can avoid some of those mistakes, and carefully craft your emails to get them opened and get people clicking and doing what you want them to do. Marketing is all about molding consumer behavior, and so I'm going to show you what you need to do, how you need to word your messaging to get people motivated and lure them into your store. So that's what we do each of the 4 weeks in February, February 2nd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd. Again, we meet for an hour at noon Central. And if for some reason you can't be, I know things come up, and if for some reason you have to miss one of our sessions, by 3 p.m. Monday afternoon, that day's session is uploaded in your own online learning portal. So you can log into your online learning portal and you can rewatch the video, and you can download all of the supplemental materials, the worksheets, the guides, the manuals, everything that I give you, the swipe files. You can go in and access those by 3 p.m. every Monday. And you have lifetime access to your learning portal. So if you next year want to go in and, rewatch the video tutorial, you can do that. And I update these every time something new comes to Facebook, every time Facebook, gives you some new targeting option, or, if there's a new best practice for email, I update the training, and you're going to get an email automatically from the learning management system that says, hey, week 2 has been updated. Here's what the change was. Log back into, to rewatch this part of the video. So you don't have to go back through the whole training system if one thing changed. You can just go, hit the high points. So in addition to the 4-week training, I'm offering several really exciting bonuses. So you really need to understand your results. So there are specific checkpoints along the way for your ad campaign, and you need to be watching for specific markers to know when you need to start tweaking your campaign. So, you need to be watching your click-through rate, you need to be watching conversions, you need to be watching your landing page. There are specific checkpoints, and if something goes awry, something's not converting as well as it should be, there are some markers that you need to be looking for, and I show you what to watch for and some shortcuts so that you can spend as little time and as little money on your ads as possible. And the second bonus is beyond Facebook, talking about Pinterest for retailers. So Facebook, yes, hugely important to retailers, but Pinterest is becoming increasingly important. Now, people that come to you from Facebook are more likely to become a paying customer. People that come to you from Pinterest are going to spend more money when they do shop with you. Not as many of those people are going to convert, are going to become a buyer, but they're going to spend more when they do shop with you. So it's important that we talk about Pinterest. Pinterest is kind of following in Facebook's footsteps. So we're going to talk about how you can start leveraging Facebook and stacking your Pinterest marketing strategy on top of this funnel that you're creating with Facebook right now. The third bonus is lifetime access to the Retail Marketing Academy Mastermind. This is a closed Facebook group, and it's only for folks that enroll in the Retail Marketing Unleashed program. So you can talk about, hey, check out this new ad that I created, and get feedback and really support one another, meet accountability partners, and really, celebrate your successes and talk about things when things in your store, with your customers, your employees, get support and feedback from people that understand where you're coming from, and you get lifetime access to that as well. I also give you a promotional calendar. So the follow-up is really great for increasing your number of customers and increasing your sales, but the promotional calendar gets people that maybe only shop with you every once in a while to come in and shop with you during your big in-store events, or maybe your cash flow is a little slow, maybe during the summer, that sort of thing. This promotional calendar shows you when to post things, on social media, when to create email blasts, and what you need to be blasting. Again, I give you a swipe file of my promotional emails that I use with my clients to get people excited about your events and get them ready to come in and be waiting at your door the day that your in-store event starts. So, and again, you get lifetime updates with all of this. So anytime something changes, a new best practice comes into play, you're getting lifetime access to all of those updates. So I want to read a couple really quickly testimonials from people that have worked through the program. So Lisa from Ellen's Dress in Indiana said, I purchased the program in October, and I can vouch for the ease of going through the training. If you're hesitating about purchasing, do it. And she's talking to me, you've been so quick to respond to any of my questions. It is lifetime access. Thank you. This is Darla from Darla's Hallmark. She said, I see now that I've not been getting all I could have from Facebook. I did try Snap Retail, but there were terrible distribution problems, and then the pricing went over the moon. And we're a small shop in a small town. We have a long-time solid reputation, but there's certainly a need for better marketing in these competitive times. Thank you for this invaluable training. Dawn from Colin's Journey said, we're a brand new gift shop that just opened this year. So many of the retail strategies being taught and provided today seem so old school. And we have been searching for more cutting-edge marketing strategies to implement for our store. We found them in your training. You're down to earth, and the training was easy to follow. Thank you. So I do a lot of training, and I hate this part of the presentation where I have to tell you, other training programs retail for this. I know that you don't have $2,000 to spend on a training. You're a small business. Other programs I've participated in, they do cost $2,000, but I want you to be able to sink that money into your advertising this year. I don't want you to have to spend money on a training program. So my training program, the cost of it is $497. But I don't want you to pay $497. So if you register by midnight tonight, you can enroll for $397 when you use the coupon code webinar. So what that allows you to do is you can register for $397, and then you have the $100 in the bank that you can use for your Facebook ads. And again, the beauty of this is from the time someone sees your ad to the time they're becoming a paying customer, it's a 7-day process. So, you're not investing in a radio spot, a $1,600 radio spot, and then, you don't see a return on that for, 2 or 3 weeks. You're getting immediate returns, and that's the beauty of this whole process. So to enroll in the program, again, you're going to go to retailmarketingacademy.com/unleashed. And again, you're going to use coupon code webinar to save that $100. Now, I also want to tell you about a freebie that I'm giving you since you've waited and you've gone through this whole training. So if you enroll in the next 15 minutes, you get a one-on-one consultation with me. So again, if you have, if you're a realtor, you have a business that's not necessarily retail, or you want to just talk about, how to implement this more effectively for your business, you get a free one-on-one strategy call with me, and we can talk about this strategy specifically. I can review your ads and your audience and your preliminary results and tell you where you need to start tweaking things. We can talk about anything during that session. It doesn't have to be specific to this training. It can be about your, whatever it is that you want to talk about. We can talk about in the training. I do like to review your ads and your audiences to give you some input on some things that I've worked with hundreds of retailers. I have kind of developed a sense of what's going to convert better, so I can give you that information when we have our one-on-one session. So again, you're going to go to retailmarketingacademy.com/unleashed. You're going to use coupon code webinar. And again, I've got a lot of people saying, okay, when are these meetings? Every Monday in the month of February, we meet for 1 hour. Now, say you can't be at our meetings every Monday at 12 noon Central Time. by 3 p.m., you're getting access to your video and all of your supplemental materials in your online learning portal. So you can log in at any time and access that information. You don't have to wait, days or whatever. And some people just they don't like live trainings. They would rather, do this at their own pace on their own time. So if that's what you want to do, if that's your jam, then you can definitely log in later and review the information. So definitely something for people that don't like the live trainings and that can't be there every Friday. I know a lot of people that have signed up have already emailed me, I'm going to be out the first week. Rest assured you're going to get access to the first week's training and every week's training by 3 p.m. Central Time that afternoon. So again, you're going to go to retailmarketingacademy.com/unleashed and you're going to use coupon code webinar to save that $100. And if you register in the next 15 minutes, so if you register by 1:30 Central Time in the next 15 minutes, you're going to get a free one-on-one strategy call with me. So again, we can talk about your marketing. We can talk about specifically what you're doing with this strategy. Again, I do like for people to wait. We can schedule it any time that's good for you, but I do like to say, try to wait until at least week 2 to be able to, before you start doing that. So I got somebody that said they got an error, so I'm going to chat over to you the URL, and I'm there right now, so I'm on the thing right now. Is anybody else getting an error? Because I'm there and I'm not getting an error message. It's working out just fine for me. Retailmarketingacademy.com/unleashed. Yep, it's working for me. So Tamar, I sent it over to you. Okay, she said she's got it now. Perfect. So retailmarketingacademy.com/unleashed is where you will be able to access it. So a lot of people are, Tamar said, I had a typo. Yep, it's retailmarketingacademy.com/unleashed, and the coupon code webinar is going to save you that $100. I want you to use that $100 on your Facebook ads. So, if you register by midnight tonight, you're going to get the $100 off. But what I would love for you to do is go ahead and register right now and get, cash in on that one-on-one call with me. So we can review your ads. We can review your audience. We can talk about, specifics about your customers. Everybody's customer base is a little different. So what you need to offer to your customers may not be the same as the next retailer or small business owner. So this is a really powerful way for you to customize and really make sure you're doing everything that you can to make the most out of your marketing spend. And again, my goal is, I get so frustrated. I have so many small business owners that say, well, I spend, $9 a month on PageModo, and I spend, $1,000 a month on this service and that service, and I've got this company that, always keeps my address up to date in Google, and there's no need to be spending all of that in those monthly subscriptions. This is a really good way for you to spend your marketing dollars. It's the smartest way for you to get a good return for what you're spending. And again, you're getting people into your store quickly. It's, a 7-day turnaround from the time you're spending money on your ads to the time you're, you're getting people in buying from you. And the other thing is, you don't have to spend $100 all at once. You can spend, $5 a day or just a few dollars a day until you're ready to build up to more. If you have a larger threshold, if you say, I want to go ahead, I know this is going to work for my business, I've had success with Facebook in the past, you can go in and spend $500 if you want to spend $500. That's perfectly fine as well. So that's definitely what you can do. Does anyone, I'm going to grab a quick drink of water. I've been talking for about an hour and 15 minutes now, so if you have any questions, now's the time to send them over my way. If you have a question about the training, again, you don't have to pay, you don't have to be at the training every single, every single session. Tamar's asking only PayPal. If you click the PayPal link, you're going to go to, after you check out, you're going to click the PayPal link, and then you're going to go over to the PayPal screen. But PayPal lets you enter your credit card information if you don't want to use your PayPal account, so you don't have to worry about that. You can definitely use a credit card to check out. You don't have to use PayPal. Henry saying, where do we see behaviors and custom audiences? That is in the Ad Manager, and we go over, in the training, we go over step by step how to set up your, how to do your behavioral targeting, how to set up your custom audience and your lookalike audience. Again, that's where a lot of people lose money because they're not doing their targeting correctly. So just to make sure that you don't do that, that's definitely a great part of the training in week 2 when we talk about that targeting for audiences. Lauren's asking, is this beneficial for direct sales distributors? I have several people enrolled in the February course that are with Beachbody. We've got some people with Plexus, the Skinny Wraps. We've got several people that are doing that. Carla is asking, does it work for business to business? Like I said, Carla, I mean, I do this. I do 100% of my marketing business to business. I'm targeting business owners. 100% of my marketing efforts follow this. I mean, I don't teach. I'm practicing what I preach. I'm definitely implementing this in my business. And what I'm doing with a couple other people that have a B2B type of sales process, what we're doing, go ahead and sign up and get it in the first 15 minutes. And then what I'm doing with other B2B business owners is we're meeting every week after the training for 15 minutes to just say, okay, now this is what we learned today. This is how you're going to implement it specifically for your business. So you get a little bit of more information about how specifically for a business-to-business model to implement it. So, Ann Singh, I don't see where to enter the coupon code. When you go to your cart, and right under where it says Retail Marketing Unleashed, you're going to see a little section that says coupon codes. So go ahead and just pop that coupon code in there, and coupon code is webinar. So that's definitely where you want to be. So a few people, I can already see orders coming in. I can already see people registering, so I'm glad. Give me a shout out if you've already registered. I know Tamar is registering. Bonnie's registered. Anna says she's having a little trouble with the coupon code. And I will, will you send me your email address, and I'll write your name down, and then I'll help you out. Did you spell it? Does it say that it's taking it off in the cart, and it just doesn't look like it's taking it off on PayPal? If you could just let me know. And Ashley's saying, yeah, Bonnie said she didn't have a problem with the coupon code. So, Ann, if you'll send me over your email address, I've got your name down so that you can cash in on the one-on-one as well. I know you're trying to register, so okay. Ann, send me over your email address, and I've got you down for the one-on-one session, and we'll work it out after we end today. So Tamar said she's done. She's excited. Bonnie says she's in. Okay, I've got your email address. And so I will email you as soon as the training is over. April said, I'm so excited. I just registered. Wonderful. Okay, does anyone else have any questions? Like I said, I'm really going to grab a drink of water now. And I will be right back with you in just a second. Nancy's saying, how do I pay by credit card? So Nancy, when you go in, go ahead and click on the PayPal button. And when you get to the PayPal screen, it's going to allow you to choose the credit card option. So I know a lot of people, you're buying it for your business, you don't want to use your personal PayPal. Go ahead and click the PayPal button, and when you get to that PayPal screen, just select Pay with Credit Card instead of paying with your PayPal account. PayPal is just more secure for you as a buyer. It's secure for me as a seller too, because PayPal has the best of the best encryption and security. So that's why I use PayPal. It's good for you. It's good for me. So. Nancy, if you're still having trouble, send me your email address. I've got you down for the one-on-one too, and I'll work with you and Ann on this afterwards as well. Ashley's saying is the one-on-one. Ashley, the one-on-one is only available, and I'll give you guys a little bit extra time. I'll give you till 1:40 Central Time. So you can take advantage of the one-on-one. I don't do any more one-on-one sessions outside of just with this offer. This keeps me really busy. I mean, I like to be available to everyone during the course for emails and for the one-on-one sessions, so I don't offer one-on-one sessions outside of the training. And my one-on-one sessions are $297 an hour anyway, so really it's better for you to go ahead and get enrolled in the program and then get that session for free. I mean, that's the most cost-effective way for you to really get good results. And again, if you're not available, if you can't come to one of the training sessions, you don't have to worry about that because you're going to get lifetime access and log in. And if you, I've had a few people say, well, I want someone else in my business to also have access. You can use the same login, or if you have a couple girls in your store or someone, in your business that you want to also work through the training, all you have to do after you check out, email me, Sam, and I'm going to pop up my email address here, sam@retailmarketingacademy.com, and I'll assign other logins so that more people can log in and work through the training as well, and they can access it at any time as well. So, like I said, if you have more than one person in your business, if you and whatever, you can definitely assign other. I can assign other people logins. Carla's asking, how often do I offer this course? I'm not planning to offer this course again until the summer. It takes a lot of time out of, and lots of things going on. So that's definitely what I offer it now, and then I'll offer it again in the summer. So no plans to offer it again anytime soon. So, and I do want to mention also, registration closes at midnight tomorrow night. Since the course starts on Monday, I have to get everyone in and all of your learning portals set up over the weekend. So you have to register by midnight tomorrow night to be able to get into the February session, and again, not offering it again until the summer. And if you want to save the $100, you have to register by midnight tonight. So I want you to save the $100 so that you can, spend that $100 on Facebook ads instead of spending it on, on the training course. So. And saying she needs 2 other logins. And after you've purchased, if you were Anne was able to get hers taken care of. Okay, Nancy, if you didn't get yours taken care of, just let me know, and I'll work with you after the session. But Anne, yes, send me an email, sam@retailmarketingacademy.com, and I will get you 2 other logins. I've had a few people say, I've got somebody, I think. A few people are logged in a little bit late, so let me go back to the screen that talks about what we go over. We go over branding and messaging, how to build your ads in your audience, gathering, doing your email collector form, and the art of the follow-up. So we really go through every single step of this 5-step process. And so there's no guessing. I've told you what to do in this training today, but I show you how to do it click by click, because a lot of people I know, aren't familiar with Ad Manager and aren't familiar with, setting up an autoresponder and all of that. And so this takes all the guesswork. And the reason we spread it out over 4 weeks is so you don't get overwhelmed. I don't want you to feel like you don't, like you're trying to do too much at once. And so, because I know in the past I've offered trainings where you just get access to everything, and people get frustrated and overwhelmed, and then they don't go through they don't carefully work through the process and come out with a really great product at the end, a really great marketing strategy in the end. So that's definitely why we spread it out. I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I want you to enjoy it. It's a lot of information, but we make it fun. I mean, if you're not having fun, it's going to come across in your messaging, and we don't want it to sound like a labor. We want it to be fun, and we want you to be engaging and that sort of thing. So a few people are saying, what do I need to do to get started? You don't need to do anything. I walk you through literally every step of the process. If you don't have email set up yet, where you're emailing out, you're sending bulk emails out, you don't have to worry about it. I show you how to set that up. If you don't know which email provider you want to use yet, I walk you through 3 different email providers so that you can choose the one that's best for you. You don't have to build your email collector form. I build it in front of you on screen. So that's definitely not something that you need to do beforehand. So we got Nancy is registered. Karen said she's registered and she's excited. Stacy said, goodness, she said, I'm so excited. I spend 40+ hours on Facebook now. It's like another full-time job. So, Stacy, we're going to cut that down to 0 hours, because after you work through the course, this whole thing runs on autopilot. It's a marketing machine, so you don't have to be, spending any time on it. So, Lauren said she's in. Ann said she's in, and she's so excited. Stacy said, yay. I love saving you guys time. I know that you spend so much time in your, on your stores and with your employees and with your customers, and Facebook and marketing shouldn't be another hat that you have to wear. So that's why I love bringing this to you, so that you can spend less time and less money. I want you to be spending your money on other areas of your store, bringing in new product lines, being able to hire additional staff so you don't have to be in your store 24/7, paying off your business debt, paying off your personal debt. That's what this is all about. It's not just about buying a training program and, learning how to do something better. It's about increasing the number of new customers. It's increasing your sales so you can spend money on things you want to spend money on and not, ads that you're not sure are getting heard or seen by the right people. So I'm really excited. Lots and lots of people are registering. If you've got questions, go ahead and type them in. We've got a few more minutes. We got about, like I said, I'll give you till 1:40 to cash in on that free one-on-one. But and then midnight tonight is when that expires. And a few people are asking for the replay. They want to show this to like business partners or bosses. I will be sending out the replay in just a bit. As soon as I get off and I can get everything uploaded and check and make sure everything recorded correctly, I will be sending this out. So that will definitely be going out. And Tamar's asking if I'm doing the same webinar. I'm doing one tomorrow for a franchise of retailers tomorrow morning, and then which is a closed webinar, and then I'm doing one at noon tomorrow, which is open. So if you wanted for some reason just to attend the webinar again, you definitely can. It's at noon tomorrow. You just go to retailmarketingacademy.com/January training, and that's how you sign up for tomorrow's webinar. And it's live. And then after this week, I've been doing multiple webinars a day. So after this week, I'm taking a couple weeks off from webinars and just focusing on the class and the folks in the class. So this is tomorrow will be the last day, and I'll be taking a break from the webinar scene. We'll just be doing the training. So lots of people are excited. I'm so excited to have you all in the class. It's going to be like I said, a really good time. Doors do close tomorrow at midnight. So that's, definitely need to be in. Let me see. A couple people are asking if I'm offering, or if I can see if theirs went through. I will verify. I can see several are coming through. Email me if you're not sure if your payment went through on PayPal. I've had a few people over that are like, will you just make sure? Email me at sam@retailmarketingacademy.com, and after the session, I'll log into my my dashboard and I'll check and just verify that the payment cleared and everything. And if for some reason something funky happened, don't stress. I can still, if I can see that you tried to order and it just didn't get through, I'll still honor the one-on-one. Darlene's asking, how do I go ahead and get my one-on-one? You can schedule it anytime, Darlene. I usually recommend that we wait until at least week 2. Again, I like to just be able to review your ads and review your audience setup so that I can give you some, constructive criticism and some feedback on things you can tweak to really drive down your costs. So I do, but if you for some reason want to schedule it beforehand, we can definitely do that. I just always think it's more valuable if we wait until week 2. So does anyone else have any questions? The recording's going to go out this afternoon, so you'll get that. A few people have said, I need to clear this with my boss before I order. So yes, if you need to clear this with your boss, just email me, sam@retailmarketingacademy.com. I get it. A lot of times we don't have authorization to make purchases like that. So I will definitely, I can honor that. Just go ahead and email me. Christy asked if I ever got water. I did not. So I feel a coughing fit coming on, but that's okay. You guys have lots of good questions, and I don't want to leave you hanging. I appreciate your time a lot. So I don't want to. And Bethany said I'm waiting on the replay to show the owner. So yes, I will get that out to you. Darlene's asking about just doing a one-on-one. Darlene, if you'll email me, I'll send you a link where you can schedule a one-on-one. I typically don't just do one-on-ones outside of the course, but if for some reason you think that, you just want to do a one-on-one and you don't need to do the course, just please email me, sam@retailmarketingacademy.com. So that would be great. Bonnie says she's got a hot cup of water with lemon and honey waiting for me, so I'm going to need it, I tell you. The weather here, I live in Kentucky, and the weather is like a roller coaster. It was freezing cold yesterday, and then today it's like 60, so I never know how to dress my children in the morning. So Bethany said, I'm still trying to think about how I even heard about this webinar. You heard of it in one of two places, Bethany. You heard about it either in your Facebook newsfeed, because that's the only advertising I do, or someone forwarded you a link to sign up. So they emailed you a link to sign up, because that's the only ways you could have heard about me. If you follow me on Facebook or if I showed up in your newsfeed. So I practice what I preach. Definitely 100% practice what I preach. I wouldn't tell you to do something if it wasn't working in my business, and I built my whole business on this strategy. It took me a long time to figure it out, but I did. I cracked the code, And then after I cracked the code, I got to work with Facebook. Isn't that how it always happens? After you figured something out, then someone says, "Oh, let me help you." That's typically how it works. But I was thankful for the opportunity. I'm not downing the opportunity. I was definitely thankful to be able to do that. So, Darlene said she's emailing me. Perfect. Joanna said, how can I schedule a one-on-one? Joanna, email me, sam@retailmarketingacademy.com, and we can schedule your one-on-one. So, perfect. A lot of people are signing off. So if you have any questions, I know a lot of people don't feel comfortable asking questions in these live sessions. So if you have any questions and you just want to email me, please do, sam@retailmarketingacademy.com. What I do after these webinars is I get off and I have a million emails from people, and I try to get to those just as quickly as possible, and I also at the same time try to get the video sent out to you. So that's what I'll be doing after this. So I will get to your email. A lot of people are saying, I have cash flow issues. If you're having cash flow issues, just email me and we'll work something out. If you're having cash flow issues, you need this training just as much as the next person does. I mean, this is what's going to, it's cost effective most cost effective way for you to get, get your marketing out there and that sort of thing. So I will work with you if you've got a cash flow issue. So please just email me, sam@retailmarketingacademy.com. So yeah, Bonnie said, get hot water first before you do your emails. I have a cup of hot tea here that I always start with. It's not hot anymore, but it was a good try. So, but yes, and Bonnie said it's very cold where she is in New York, so I feel your pain, but I have my windows open in my office, and it's gorgeous here. So Linda said, Kentucky weather sounds like Montana weather. Literally, I tell you guys, I got out this morning with my kiddos, and I thought, well, I don't know if they need a coat today or not. I'm just really not sure. So, yes, I will be, again, more people asking about the replay so they can show their bosses or their business partners. That will go out just as soon as I can get off of here and get it uploaded for you. So, and check it, make sure the audio and video came through crystal clear. So, if you have any questions, email me at sam@retailmarketingacademy.com. If not, register by midnight tonight using coupon code webinar, retailmarketingacademy.com/unleashed. So thank you all so much. You've been wonderful. I've really enjoyed getting to know you and joking with you and learning about Facebook with you. So go ahead and email me if you haven't already. If you have any questions or you need a payment plan, email me, and we'll get started on Monday, and I'm really excited. Thank you so much, guys.